50% of what you're doing today can be outsourced to save you money, to reduce your stress, to deal with less team drama. And yet you don't do it because it's quote unquote too expensive. But you've never crunched the numbers. Orthodontists are the only industry on planet Earth that shuns technology that can streamline their workflow, reduce their costs overall, and make their life easier. But you don't do it? I'm blown away. I don't get it. Hello there, Orthopreneurs. It's Dr. Glenn Krieger here with another installment of your 5-Minute Friday. Now, you already know I run remote response. It helps you with dashboard monitoring for dental monitoring users, but that's another story altogether. I want to talk to you today about something I'm watching that's blowing my mind. Everybody's short-staffed. Everybody's short-staffed. If you're not short-staffed, you are in the ultra minority. You have options out there to outsource. And you guys are so freaking resistant to outsourcing. I could show you case after case after case of amazing doctors doing great quality of care who outsource, 50%. Yeah, you heard me right. 50% of what you're doing today can be outsourced to save you money, to reduce your stress, to deal with less team drama, to have lower FICA and all the other stuff you have to pay federally on behalf of your employees, to reduce your overhead related to things like benefits and vacation, to companies that will totally work through the night or Monday through Friday, and they don't call in sick. And yet you don't do it because it's quote unquote too expensive. But you've never crunched the numbers. You've never looked. I have friends who are proud that they don't use technology. And I sit there and look and go, what are you doing? Orthodontists are the only industry on planet Earth that shuns technology that can streamline their workflow, reduce their costs overall, and make their life easier. You guys are it. There's nobody else out there who shuns this technology. Oh, sure, you'll use AI to do a ton of stuff, as I've said to you should do for years. But when it comes to the biggest problems you have that are utterly replaceable, where you could do the same amount of production on half your employees that you currently have, but you don't do it, I'm blown away. I don't get it. I don't understand why you're doing this to yourselves. Like, if you take a look at Bob Skopek, he's been on the Orthopreneurs podcast. He's speaking at Orthopreneurs Summit. I think he went from something like 15 team members to 3 and produces more. Yeah, I get it. It's not cost effective. I'm sure. I have no doubt he's making way less money. Not true. He's way more profitable. The problem you face is that you listen to this minority group of people who tell you the technology is no good or there's going to be problems, and yet you work with problematic team members who have drama, who don't show up, who ghost you, they call in sick, they give half effort. And when you outsource to a company of any kind, notice I'm not mentioning names, when you outsource something you could be doing in your office to somebody else, they're going to deal with it professionally. You're not going to get sick days. You're not going to get drama. So why are you not doing it? Right? In the simplest terms, you could outsource brackets to Invisalign. And yes, it would cost you more upfront. But just argument's sake, if you had 100% Invisalign practice, 100%, you would save money long-term over the number of team members you'd have to have. Your days would be way lighter. You'd have way more capacity. And don't sit there and tell me, well, I get a better outcome with brackets. If you get a better outcome with brackets than you do plastic in today's day and age, and I didn't mean to just say Invisalign, there's options out there. But if you can get better outcomes with brackets than you can with plastic in today's day and age, I would argue you're not trained well enough in plastic. Because I'm not the world's greatest clinician, but I'll tell you right now, my outcomes in plastic can beat those in my brackets, and I'm a pretty good bracket and wire orthodontist. And I can do it faster and more efficiently. And yes, there are some patients who don't wear aligners. But you know what? You don't have to treat them. I know practices that say I'm aligner only. You want braces? Here's 5 names of people I can send you to. Oh, you're afraid of losing money. Well, I'm telling you now, There's many, many ways to the perfect practice. And I'm not saying you have to practice plastic only, but it scares you. It worries you. Now, I live in that quadrant. I live in the scared quadrant. I live in the place where most people are afraid to go because of terrible things that could happen. But let me tell you, folks, I'm here to say, when you push the boundaries on the things that make you worried, great things usually happen. These are not uncalculated risks. If you decide to outsource your financing, right, to a company, if you decide to outsource your in-house care to remote monitoring, if you choose to outsource your dashboard monitoring to a company that will do it for you, if you tend to outsource any number of items in your practice, there is an alternative for almost everything in your practice. I even know a dental practice near me that is a virtual front desk. You walk in and there is an actual iPad with a woman on it talking to you. Okay, so, and they're doing great, by the way. He's got a killer practice. So whatever you dream you can't outsource, the limitations are you, and you're losing money, and you're losing sleep, and you're stressed out, and you're less profitable. So don't buy into this whole message that I'm a bracket and wire ortho and I'm going to do every job in-house. Because if you do that, you're not only losing a competitive advantage, you're getting lower quality care, you're doing lower quality customer service, and you're losing money. So anyway, you take umbrage with this? Let me know. I'll debate you toe-to-toe on this one. And I'll give you example after example after example where it can be done right and you can make tons of money on this. Because you're going to point out the times you tried this thing and it didn't work and you lost money. You didn't go in all the way. You dipped your toe in the pool, and that's the most dangerous place to be. If you're going to bring in a technology, go all in. Don't have half your patients on your PMS, right? Don't have half your patients on remote monitoring. Don't have half your patients on Invisalign or a plastic. If you're going to go in and you're good at something, go all the way in. Benefit from the economy of scale on these things. And I've got no vested interest in any plastic company out there. Okay, so again, I'm here to push the boundaries, baby. I'm here to make you think things that are a little uncomfortable. And maybe they're not for you, but maybe you should start thinking about them a little bit. All right? Reach out to me if you have any questions, and wishing you a great day.